What's going on, guys? Just here back to my channel, and good morning everybody, and also I barely said it to everybody. So today I didn't get to do this last night, but doing this in the morning. So it takes a while for the reason why I wait till the next morning, which is today, because 8-day Rampage it takes a while for them to update their stuff, like their matches and all that stuff, and yeah. Anyways, alright, let's get to it then. The Queen kicked off the show, which was Smackdown, Friday Night Smackdown last night. So here we go. Smackdown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair kicked off the night's show and bragged that she has done something Patrick Mahomes Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs cannot do, bring the city a championship. Flair discussed the unpredictability of the Royal Rumble, putting over the elements of the contest that makes it one of the most popular on the WWE schedule. Shannon Baszler interrupted the proceedings, coming face to face with the Queen. She vowed to snap Flair like a twig if it comes down to it Saturday. Aaliyah interrupted, and then Charlotte Flair said, "Who are you?" Who are you? To Aaliyah. And then, followed by Natalia, then Shotzi. Everybody's, talking about the Royal Rumble, which is tonight. So yeah, it's Saturday nights now because of football and stuff, and everybody wants to relax every Sunday. So yeah, that's why. The bickering and arguing came to an end when the surprise return of Sasha Banks. The boss is back, baby, and I'm ready to rumble. Banks stunned Flair with the slap before a brawl broke out between the women in the ring. Eliminations ensued, culminating with the boss sending Flair to the floor. So yeah, it was okay. Alright, let's get to the first match. Ricochet and Cesaro versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland. In a match of the day one kickoff, Sheamus partnered with the returning Ridge Holland to battle Cesaro and Ricochet in tag team action. Despite a hot start from the babyfaces, Holland and Sheamus seized control of the bout during the commercial break, downing Ricochet and cutting him off from the Swiss Superman. Cesaro tagged in finally and unloaded on the competition. He wiped Sheamus out at ringside with a running European upper kick back inside. Sheamus escaped a crossbody, but Cesaro rolled him up for two. Sheamus rocked Ricochet with a jumping knee, and Cesaro made him pay, driving him to the mat. He teased the Cesaro swing to his former tag team partner, but Holland entered the ring and headbutted the babyface using the protective mat. He added the Northern Grit for the pinfall. So yeah, Sheamus and Holland defeated Cesaro and Ricochet. So yeah, before the match started, Sheamus gave Ridge Holland the mask that Sheamus wore last year because Sheamus had a broken nose and stuff, and his face was like bad. So yeah, it was a black mask thing that protects your face like a nose thing, protective nose thing, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah. And then damn, I'm kind of lost here, but yeah. Anyways, it was okay too. And we get to Naomi versus Sonya Deville. Prior to her showdown with Naomi, WWE official Sonya Deville was caught backstage attempting to order referee Dan Elgar to help her in stealing a win from the former SmackDown Women's Champion. Deville stalled early, then took advantage by grounding Naomi and working her over on the mat. She added some stiff kicks to the chest and midsection of her opponent. Naomi responded with a big drop kick that sent her to the floor. The Pride fighter recovers, sucking Naomi in and driving her to the arena floor. Entering the commercial break, Deville controlled during the break, continuing to target the head and neck of her opponent. Naomi kicked up and mounted a comeback, delivering a stunning kick and a crossbody for two. A running bulldog ended with Deville sending the babyface first into a turnbuckle. The heel delivered a suplex into a side effect that earned her a 2 count of her own. Naomi delivered with a Bubba Bomb for another near fall as the action intensified. The former champion finally delivered the rare view and added a split leg moonsault for the pinfall victory. Deville made her way to the back, expressing her anger over the officials' unwillingness to spin the match in her favor. After match, the victor cut a celebrity promo. Infuriated, Deville reappeared and entered herself in the Royal Rumble match. So yeah, finally Naomi defeated Sonya Deville. Alright, and Zayn with Jinder Mahal and Shanky gives way to tag team action. This is a promo, so this is y'all know. Sami Zayn introduced the WWE Universe to Zayn repackaging his Jackass ripoff into a live podcast. His first guest, former WWE champion Jinder Mahal and Shanky, instead of letting his guests get a word in, Zayn talked over them and obsessed over Johnny Knoxville. Rick Boogs interrupted, ushering in the arrival of Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. The babyfaces stood tall as the show headed to break. Back from the commercial, Boogs and Nakamura battled Mahal and Shanky in tag team action. Boogs overcame a united front by the heels and cleared Mahal from the ring with a Polish hammer, then delivering one to the much larger Shanky that stunned him. An all-inspiring Boogs cruise to the massive heel earned him team victory. Boogs and Nakamura defeated Shanky and Mahal. So yeah, New Day versus Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin. The rivalry between New Day, Madcap Moss, and Happy Corbin wrote its latest chapter Friday night when the latter, who battled former WWE champions Kofi Kingston and Big E in tag team action. Corbin and Miles isolated Kingston and worked him over until Big E tagged in and exploded into the match. The New Day weathered a late offensive by the heels and finished Corbin off with the midnight hour as Big E and Kingston reunited for a hard-fought victory. New Day defeated Corbin and Moss. And we get to the last moment of Friday Night SmackDown last night, which is Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins face-to-face promo. So yeah, so here you go. Seth Rollins and Universal Champion Roman Reigns brought the final SmackDown before the Royal Rumble to a close. With an in-ring face-to-face, Rollins brought up beating Reigns before, including one that sent him packing for a 30-day vacay. From there, he brought up the chair shot and that ended the show, which the Tribal Chief demeanor changed and dismayed and pissed off Reigns told his former tag team title winning partner that he never forgave him for what he did to us. He and revealed his hatred for Rollins. The head of the table tried for the Superman punch, but Rollins evaded and bailed to the floor. The purple clad Joker ended the show, laughing menacingly, and as Reigns watched from the ring. So yeah, Reigns was about to beat up Seth Rollins, but missed. So that's how Seth Rollins escaped. So yeah. And then we get to the big one, AEW Rampage on TNT. Alright, so the first match, Jon Moxley versus Anthony Bowens. Caster mentioned Moxley's wife, and yeah, he rapped before the match even started. Caster mentioned Moxley's wife in his usual pre-match rap, so the former AEW champion is immediately in a bad mood. As soon as the bell rang, he cornered Bowens for some stiff right hands to the face. To take control, he slapped Bowens in the back a few times before taking him out of the ring to throw him into the barricade. Bowens yanked Moxie into the ring post to turn the tide in his favor. He hit several strikes and a side Russian leg sweep for a 2 count. When he attempted a suplex, Mox counter and dropped him on his back. We returned from a break to see Bowens hit a suplex. Moxie backdropped Bowens onto his partner before he took Caster out with a suicide dive. As he got back into the ring, Bowens caught him with a DDT for a 2 count. They kept upping the level of aggression as they built to the finish. As Bowens tried to use a chain as a weapon, Moxie caught him with a cutter out of nowhere. He took out Caster before hitting Bowens with the Paragon Shift for the win. So yeah, Moxie defeated Anthony Bowens. Alright, the second match. Brock Anderson and Lee Johnson versus FTR. Yeah. The protégés of two former horsemen were in action this week when Johnson and Anderson took on Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood as usual. Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson were in their respective teams' corners for support. Johnson and Wheeler started for their teams with a nice exchange of quick holds and counters. They ran the ropes and took each other down a few times before Anderson made the tag. Harwood tagged in to face off against his idol's son. He taunted Arn as he worked Brock in a wrist lock and took him down in a headlock. They came to a stalemate, and tagged to their partners before engaging in a 4-man battle. Arn's team took out FTR with a couple of double team moves before Johnson scored a near fall with the high crossbow. FTR took control during the match and dominated Johnson as Blanchard cheered them on. Brock tagged in and took control with a flurry of quick power moves. He and Johnson hit Wheeler with a few moves, but the savvy tag team wrestler got his foot on the ropes to avoid a pin. Once they were able to regain control, FTR hit Johnson with a spike pile driver for the win. So FTR defeated Brock Anderson and Lee Johnson. Alright, the third match. Jade Cargill versus Julia Hart. The first 2 title matches on this week's show saw Cargill put the TBS Championship on the line against Hart, who was still sporting an eye patch to sell her injury at the hands of Malachi Black as Venomous missed. They locked up, and the powerhouse Cargill easily put Hart in a headlock before knocking her down with the running shoulder. She caught Hart in a midair and hit a toe-to-world backbreaker, an elbow drop for a 1 count. Cargill did some push-ups and sit-ups to taunt her opponent. The crowd counted along with her, but she almost regretted, and when Hart rolled her up for a quick count, the former cheerleader hit a few kicks before Cargill part her up. Hart countered with a Hurricanrana for a 2 count. Cargill drilled her with a boot to the face and her finisher to win. So yeah, Jade Cargill defeated Julia Hart, which we all knew that was going to happen. And then we get to the main event: Jurassic Park versus Private Party. AEW World Tag Team Champions Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus versus Private Party. So yeah, the main event. Here we go. The main event was a tag title match between Jurassic Express and Private Party, but Matt Hardy and the Blade Runner were also at ringside to cause some trouble. Private Party got an early lead by a double teaming Jungle Boy, but he avoided combination leg drop and splash. This allowed him to tag in Luchasaurus to clear the win. He took out the Blade and Hardy at ringside before he dropped Isaiah Cassidy on the apron. Hardy hit him with the chair while Mark Quinn kept the referee occupied. we return to see Luchasaurus finally make the hot tag to Jungle Boy. The High Flyer lived up to his reputation with a series of quick aerial aerial maneuvers that took out everyone on the opposing team. And at ringside, Cassie was able to get to the top rope, but Jungle Boy climbed up with him. Quinn picked him up, and Luchasaurus stole his partner away. Cassidy tried to hit a crossbody, but Jungle Boy turned it into a slam for a 2 count. Cassidy spied Luchasaurus with a DDT, but Jungle Boy locked him in the snare trap. Quinn broke up the hole with a shooting star press. Jackson Express recovered and hit their finisher for the pin and the win. As soon as the bell rang, the Gun Club hit the ring and took out the champions out. So yeah, that was it. So yeah, AEW Rampage was a little more better than Friday Night SmackDown, but the only thing that was better about Friday Night SmackDown was Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns promo. That was it. So yeah, whatever. So yeah, that was it. And I might see y'all later tonight after Royal Rumble. So, or tomorrow morning, how you want to say it. So yeah, that was it. And I see you all in the next video. Laters.